Good evening to everyone. Good evening to all. Very good evening to everyone. Welcome to the day 18 session. Welcome to the day 18 session. Welcome to all. Good evening to everyone. Good evening Vaishnavi ma'am. Good evening Kandalvel. Good evening Pratap. Good evening Jitendra. Good evening Muktadar sir. Good evening. Good evening to everyone. Jitendra, good evening. Sri Krishnan, good evening. Hari Prasad, good evening. Lavanya, good evening. Good evening. Manmeet, good evening. Good evening Manmeet, good evening. Bharat Raj sir, good evening. Vaishnavi ma'am, good evening. Good evening, day 18 session. Welcome to the day 18 session. Good evening to everyone. Dibakar, good evening. Yesterday I asked one question that is about what are the types of the deep learning models what we are using for the purpose of a prompt engineering purpose. So any person knows the answer, please try to give the message in a chat box. Good evening. Please try to keep the message in chat box. Kamraj Pandian, sir, good evening. Good evening, sir. Bola, good evening. Good evening all. Yesterday I asked a question about the deep learning model based. What are the types of the deep learning models we are using for the prompt engineering? If any person knows the answer, please try to keep the message in chat box. Whatever you know some models about the deep learning, please try to keep the message in chat box. After completion of conversation only we can start with the basic requirements. Rahul, good evening. Please try to keep the answer in chat box. I asked about the answer, types of deep learnings yesterday. That too what we are using for the prompt engineering. If any person knows, please try to keep the message in chat box. Mruna, good evening. Rahul, good evening. Khanalwell, good evening. Please try to keep the message in chat box. What is deep learning? Vidya Kalyani, good evening. Manmeet, that's very nice. But I'm asking about the question types of the deep learning models what we are using for the purpose of prompt engineering. Sejal, good evening. Good evening all. Any person try to keep the message types of the deep they're using. So, okay, types of deep learning models I will tell you. So, what are you keeping the models? That is generative prompt engineering based models only. But in that particular area, we are having transformers, we are having a deep learning models, we are having variational autoencoders. So at starting third day we have discussed. So here I will tell you about what we are taking the models for this particular purpose, deep learning models. Praveen Kumar, nice. Okay, Vidya Kalyani also nice. Okay. Yeah, Bharatra sir, that is very nice. Sparrow, okay, good evening ma'am. Good evening team. Okay, good evening. So I just want to tell about some particular models what we are using for the purpose of the requirement. Okay, now you can see the process of the results what we are discussing. So I just want to tell about the deep learnings. Okay, so in deep learning model we are having so many type of deep learning models. In that particular deep learning models, here we are taking some particular models. When I told about the generative AI at the time, we had some small discussion about it. Okay, so the first one will be in a deep learning, you're having so many type of models. So what is the meaning of the deep learning? Means deep learning is a extension for the machine learning model, and it has multiple of hidden layers. If you are taking the neural network, you are having only single input layer, single output layer, single hidden layer. Okay, single input layer, single hidden layer, single output layer for the machine learning for normal neural network constructions. But coming to the deep learning, you are having single input layer but multiple hidden layers. You can take 2, 3, 4 unlimited or whatever you need, and output layer will be single output layer you can take. That you can call it as a deep learning. So in this particular deep learning era, we are having some particular models what we are using for the purpose of our requirement. That is only the first main thing will be RNN, a recurrent neural network. So these recurrent neural network will be work for the purpose of audio based and text based content requirements. So recurrent neural network is one of the deep learning model, and that you can call it as a recurrent neural network because of the different type of construction what you are having here. So in this particular construction you can see, so it's like normal basic based model only, and you can see it is this particular model what we are having exactly. So in this particular neural network model, the construction will be easy to understand. You can see this particular construction, then we can easily understand. This is the input layer, this is the input layer, hidden layer, and this will be the output layer. So if you need some particular recurrent process, we have to follow, that's it. So here input layer, hidden layer, and output layer, this is the recurrent neural network, and here we have to follow this recurrent neural network for the purpose of audio based and text based requirements to train the database to generate the some particular requirement. Coming to the next one will be GAN model. So I am taking here GAN model, generative adversarial neural network. So this is one type of the deep learning model, and this will be work for the image generation purpose. How it will work means you can see the output result. So I will show you here one particular option. So this is my construction of the generative adversarial neural network, because if you're seeing the particular requirement is about the recurrent neural network, in that particular recurrent neural network you can see only two options, right? So that is, you can take input data set will be text or audio files you can do. You can try the generation. And coming to the GAN model of the deep learning, it has two options. That is about the generator part and as well as the discriminator part. Here you have to understand one thing. The generator will take the original data. The original data will do some making changes. Then you can get the generating of data. That you can say it as generator. What is the meaning of the discriminator? Means the real world image data. Means what are you having the original data that it can train by using of the discriminator. That you can call it as a discriminator. Then you will get the output may be real or fake based on your information. It will be work for the real or fake generation purpose, or it may work for the image generation purpose, text to image generation purpose, image to image generation purpose, GAN generation purpose. I mean GAN means what is it? Caption generation purpose. So like that, image to caption generation purpose, the type of the models you can use this particular GAN model, the simple one. So here training data set you are taking, real data you are training with the discriminator. Then you are getting output by using of discriminator loss. Coming to the generator, it will take the original data. In that particular original data of the images, it can do some modifications of the features, size, shape, color, some specifications. Then later it can generate the data by using of the generator. The generated data also for the training purpose should give to the discriminator only, but output side you will get the generator loss and discriminator loss. Discriminator loss for the real data accuracy or loss purpose, and generator loss from the discriminator, that you can call it as a generator loss for the purpose of original generated content. So that will be the option when you are going with some particular requirement in this particular era. So coming to the next requirement. So this is GAN, and previously we seen the RNN. Now I want to tell about the LSTM. LSTM and deep learning. So this is about long short term memory. So it will be work for the text based and small data of the images based and as well as audio based. It will be work for that. And this long short term memory came from the recurrent neural network only. Whatever we have learned first, the recurrent neural network, from the recurrent neural network structure only, based on some particular layers, you will get the LSTM layer. So that will be along with the LSTM layer we are adding in that particular era. So these are the type of neural networks what we are using for the purpose of the prompt engineering. Apart from that, you are having so many. CNN will be there and GRNN will be there. In that particular models, you are having so many type of the models will be there. Everything is possible with the huge amount of the data. But in that particular area, LSTM, recurrent neural network, and GAN model we can use for the purpose of our particular requirement for the generation of the prompt engineering. Now we can go through with the Prompt Engineering Masterclass day 18 Python code generator from the prompts. Means what? You have to take one particular prompt, and in that particular prompt you have to generate the coding. So that generate the coding is nothing but you have to build one use case by using of the Python language coding along with the prompt type. So here our main motto is we have to work for the any type of use cases using the Python language along with our type of the prompts along with the LLM models. That is our main motto. So that purpose here I am saying today we are just discussing one of the use case. In that particular use case you can see some particular requirement, that is about I am taking ones from some particular area of the coding part, and that should be about some particular application use case. This use case will be related to the text generation, text summary based. Today we are discussing about Python based coding by using of the prompt with the generation of text summary. We will see at the end of the time that use case, but let us start with the process what we have to do. So why we are telling it as a Python code generator using the prompts? Because already we are trying to work with the same Python language and we are working with the different type of the prompts, right? But we have to mention like how we are using the construction format, everything regarding for the Python code based. Here how we are using. And today I just want to show some particular requirements about this generator. So I will show you an application with without the API key, and later today end of the time we can see how the coding will be there with the API key. So now I just want to tell about some particular intro about this particular area to transforming the human written prompts into the functional Python coding through the structured AI driven prompt engineering. So means what? Here I just want to build any type of the application. In that particular application, I just want to take my Python coding language to build my own prompt to type by using of the structured AI driven informations. So that will be in a prompt engineering. Now what is the problem statement exactly, why we have to use the Python language here? So manual coding requires the expertises. Okay, so what you're having already manual coding, it will take the expertises, definitely we need. So creating a need for AI systems that generate accurate Python coding from the plain text of the prompt is nothing but what? If you need any type of the requirements, if you're selecting the Python language in a prompt based, then it will be easy to build a process. But in a previous times, everything we have to write up the code, that will be very difficult to write up the code to the expertise people, also experienced people, okay, expert people who are having that people purpose, also we will get some particular problem. That is only the main problem statement. To reduce those type of the problems only, we have taken our main objective is to design the AI powered solutions that generate the correct Python coding from the user prompts using the effective prompt engineering. Means, so whatever you're taking previously in that particular area, you can see it's like a manual process we have to take. If you want to build the coding part in a real time applications in a real world, maybe some particular company, because of the particular client, you have to write up the code. Means in a present is no need to take like that. So we are having the references codes on the online, we should know, but we should know definitely some experience about it, otherwise it's not possible to take the coding part from the online also, right? So that purpose you have to take some you should be aware of some particular requirements about your content, and then you can check the AI based models what we are having, like a ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot something. There you can ask some basic requirement of the codings, then you can gather the codings, then you can work for your application. So that is our main mode of the objective content. So this is the main objective. The simple thing, wherever you're having the problem, in this particular problem I am saying about the requirement is, it's taking too much of time to the experienced people also, expert people also. To reduce those problems, we are going this particular objective. That is the main mode of this concept. So we have to follow this particular object requirements. Now you can see what will be the system architecture. If you want to build any requirement, how to go? So user prompt you have to take, and pre-processing AI model, Python code generation, output and execution. What is the meaning of that? So I need some particular requirement with a Python coding part. I just want to ask to the prompt. Okay, then what it can do? So it can do the input question to the pre-processing. Then what is the meaning of that? So whatever you're asking the question, it can do the pre-processing by using of the NLP. Then later, along with the AI model, along with the prompt to type, then it will be easy to your generation of the code generation. Third, we have to apply into the output, and we have to see the code generation of the execution process. So that is the main mode of the concept. Means here we are not only taking the input coding, we are not only getting the output execution. So how the prompt is generating the coding part, we can see here. That is the main mode of our concept. So this is the architecture. First you have to take your input part, and that input part should be effective. You should ask the question with the based on parameters of the LLM, and type of the prompt you have to select. That means the anatomy of the prompt, you have to follow the steps, and you should give some particular instructions and as well as some context, everything. Then that you have to follow to the pre-processing, and later the pre-processing will apply to the AI models. Then after that it can try to generate the coding part. Then if you are copying and pasting, then you will get the output execution. So this is the system architecture when you are following the some particular requirement. So that is the main mode of our particular requirement. Now I want to know about the concept with the conclusion future scope. What is my main conclusion part, and what will be the future enhancement part because of my concept? So here my conclusion part will be, I just want to tell about my concept I want to build some particular model that it should give automatic coding generation with the Python language, and later that coding part I should copy and paste in some particular location. If I need any making changes in that particular generated code, I can do some modifications, then I can execute the code, then I can get my own coding part setup along with my suggestions of the generative AI part from the prompt engineering. That is my main motto. What is the meaning of the future scope? In a future, in a next generation purpose, who are trying to get the coding part of the Python based on better giving inputs, then they will get the better experience of the output. So how you are asking the question, based on that you can get the output. That is my main motto. Now you can see some particular requirement about. Today we are doing the task about the Python code generation, and application will be text summary generation, text summary process using the prompt engineering. So at first day we have seen the text summary, that will be a different type of model. Today we are seeing a text summary with the what we are trying to gather the information from the prompt based, and that you have to copy and paste, and you have to execute the coding part, then you have to follow it. So that is our main motto. That purpose we have to take this particular application. So now I am just going through with this particular application as per my requirement. So now I am trying to open this coding part. Okay, so here if I want to complete this coding part, what I should follow? So here I am just going to this, and here I want to take ChatGPT. So here I am asking, I need a code using Python with transformers based. So like that you are getting, okay, that too about text summary. This what you want to do, you have to fill up with the Gradio part. So like that you are getting with the pipeline, you are getting, see, like this they are getting like that. But here what we are doing in a real world, you don't want to give like this, and here we have to use some particular Gradio. Means the reference you can take like this, and this information you can apply to your coding part and add. You can add your Gradio part for the purpose of the user interface. Apart from that Gradio, you can do any type of the requirements also. So means what, like that you have to generate the coding part, and for that coding part you have to allocate some particular software. There you have to do the modifications based on the requirement. So here I am just taking here this particular summarization part. Okay, so this is the process. So this purpose, what steps I have to follow this particular application, which type of the steps I want to follow exactly. So that purpose I am taking here. So my main motto is about text summarization using prompt engineering. This purpose, what I need to take, first I need to install libraries, then later I want to import libraries. After completion of the import, then load model requirements, that will be LLM and type of the prompt. Then next you have to do the retrain of models. Then later you just want to go through the process of load your input text content, then you should give to pre-processing. We have seen the architecture, right? That is only we are following now. Pre-processing. Next, Pre-processing with what? Definitely we have to say it as a NLP, natural language processing. Without it's not possible to do any type of text generations process or wherever you're using the text. That you have to follow. Then later you have to select type of prompt. Means what are you having already loaded models now? That is only I am giving here select a type of prompt and LLM model. And finally what you want to do? Convert input to text summary by applying input to models. So these are the steps what we have to follow, right? So that is only we have to see in a coding part. Now I am just going to the coding part setup. Here I just want to take the requirement. What is my requirement? So here why I am giving the exclamatory symbol, because in our Jupyter notebooks if you want to install anything, then definitely you have to use the exclamatory symbol. That exclamatory symbol you are giving here. The next one, pip install of Gradio, means for the user interface purpose you are following the Gradio. Then later you are taking the transformer library for the purpose of pipelining process or loading any type of the models whatever you need the requirement. After completion you are taking the quiet part, and now like that you have completed your installation. After completion of the installation, what you should do? So what you want to do? So from that particular area you have to import your libraries. So from the transformers I am taking importing of the pipeline. So what is the meaning of the pipelining here? So whenever you are taking your input, that input you should follow here to get the output because of the pipeline. The pipeline means we already discussed. So pipelining is nothing but the entire data it will take and it can try to give the output to you as per requirement. That purpose we have to use. Coming to the next one will be the Gradio. So that will be used for the user interface in the Google Colab. Next, after that you have to load your models. What is the models? For summary is equal to, by using of this pipelining of the transformers, I am taking summarization based type of prompt. I am taking here model will be Facebook Bart large CNN. So here you can check with the Hugging Face I'll check. From that particular era you have to take this particular requirement. You can see. So CNN will be there and MNLE Bart large. So okay, we can try with one after another later. So now I am just giving the first one only. Then I have completed. Then later what I am doing? Function for the generation means input you have to give, then later you have to get the output, then you have to complete your process, right? So the architecture format now you have to follow. That purpose here I am just defining the function. If you are defining the function, it's not like complete execution. Whenever you particular defining function in your user interface, then it will work. That purpose here I am taking define summarization of text. If length of text dot strip is equal to please enter the text to summarize. Means what? You are not entering anything, you are just clicking on the button and there is no text, then it will show please enter your text. Otherwise if you are entering any text, then whatever you are having the pipelining of the summarizer purpose, so that information, that model you have to take and your input to text you should apply, and maximum length will be 130, minimum length will be 30. Means what? So to load up, and then the sampling you are checking, then whatever you need. Okay, you are giving your input text. That input text you have to give in your text variable, because in a user interface you have to give whenever you are entering some particular text, the text will be compared with this model of the summarization with the Facebook Bart large CNN. Then output will be returned to the summary text. Means in that particular box it can display your summary text. So what is the meaning of that? This is the architecture format. So you're installing, you're importing, and you're loading your model, and you're loading your defining function. Now I want to check with my user interface. What is my user interface? I'm just calling with this particular user interface with the Gradio. So that Gradio purpose I'm taking here. So some particular color, the primary color whatever need, secondary color whatever need. Next one, what I need exactly some particular heading purpose, a text summarizer, and what I need some downside requirement purpose, subheading purpose, convert long text into the short text, and as well as clear the summary using the AI. Now in this particular area, for the row purpose, in the row along with the column, I am just giving the first one as input text. Yesterday you have seen, right, in the same manner. Input text you have to enter. That purpose I am creating from the Gradio. I am taking text box. Then there you can see enter your text. Output side, upside you can see the name as enter your text. In that particular area, wherever you want to type the text, in a placeholder it's showing paste your article or paragraph or report here. Then it can be at least it can be 10 lines of the paragraph, and this is about what, wherever you want to enter your input text, that purpose. Then after that, after you entering your input text, then you have to click on the button, right, summarize button. That purpose I am giving summarize button is equal to summarize. So summarize button I have. Now what I want to do, you given the input and you given the button. If I am clicking on the button, I should get the output in a text box. So that output text purpose I am giving like this. Now you can see, if you want to get this type of the output, then you have to give the summarized text, input text, and output summary. Means what? So wherever you are entering your input text by using of the input text box, that it can go to the summarized text defining function, then it can get the output. Then later in an output summary of the output text box, in this particular output text box, it can try to display the output. Then finally you have to go through with the demo.launch. This is the whole requirement purpose. Here you can see some particular times you are giving a text box and as well as a button and a text box. What is the meaning of that? Again I will show you this Gradio part. You can see. So I am taking primary color, means the main parts you can get the blue color, and second one you will get the violet color. And after completion, you will get this particular requirement. Heading will be a text summarizer with the color of this one, and it should be in a center part. Then after completion, what you want to get, so you want to get some markdown process. Markdown is nothing but what means, it can display the text with highlighting of option. That is only you can call it as a markdown. Coding is nothing but coding, and markdown is nothing but only for the heading purpose. So we should mention like that. That is the main mode of this particular concept. So now what I want to do after completion of this one, so I just want to take with the Gradio rows and columns. So in the first row and with the particular columns, what I want to mention means this I want to mention. So what I am trying to mention here, first input text box, then later button, then later output text box. I want to mention like that. Okay. So that purpose what I need to do. That purpose you can see. I want to take here input text box. gr.text box is nothing but from the Gradio you are taking text box. So then later upside you can see the heading and you can see the box, right? In that particular box I am just calling with the name of paste your text box, something like that. Next one, the Gradio button you are giving. After completion, yeah, we will share you the attendance link. Where is the attendance link? It's around 6:30. Are you coming for the class for attending a class or for the attendance? Please try to cooperate, okay? So definitely they will share you the attendance link. No need to worry about the attendance link. It's not at all problem about the attendance link. Definitely we will share you the attendance link. Okay? So they will do their duty. No problem. Just please try to understand the concept what we are saying. Okay, so no need to worry about the attendance link. Again and again saying, daily I am saying about the attendance link. Okay, yeah, posted. Okay, please go through ahead. No need to worry about the attendance link. Okay, definitely we will share you the attendance link. Yeah, that is also important. I will accept it. Just please try to be patient. Definitely we will share you the attendance link. That is our responsibility. Definitely will share you. Okay, no need to worry about the attendance. So daily I'm saying just please go through it. Okay, I think hope you can see the screen, right? Actually showing as OBS is disconnected, that's why I came to chat box, but I didn't get the type of the messages I'm getting about the attendance link. No need to worry about the attendance link. Okay, so definitely will share you. So if you need the attendance link, now itself we shared, and now the content is completing, we can end up the session, no problem. Okay, thank you. So now you can see this is my coding part. So if I did like that, so I'm just going through with the manage sessions, 3.6 GB. You can see how much GB is taking up. That's why multiple sessions we don't want to run in this particular Google Colab. Okay, so I'm just closing it. Again I'm executing. So first it can try to do the installation of the libraries, then later it can launch, it can load the files, finally it can give the user interface link, then there you have to click on that particular link. That is the main setup process. Okay, so we'll follow one by one, no need to worry about it. Then you can see the execution process is going on like that. So having any doubt about this, then you can see, and within 1 or 2 minutes you can see the output process. Did you get the screen properly? Yes, right? Yeah, fine. Thank you. Thanks for your conversations. Okay. Yeah, just see the output. Just we'll wait for the output. See here, whenever you're starting, then it's trying to start the installation process. We have to check. Sometimes it will show definitely. The button will come to here, 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 like that. We have to check sometimes. If it is not available also, based on some particular requirements, you can observe whether it is loading or not, what it's loading exactly, why you are getting daily .json files, .txt files. So like that you just try to ask some particular questions about it. Okay, so having any doubts, just please try to keep the message in chat box. In between I will show you the output process for it. Please go through ahead. Yeah, that's all for today. This is about text summarization using the Python code generation. Means what? You have to ask to the prompt, then it can generate that. You have to do some making changes, then you have to go through with the some particular use case as like a text summarization. Now you can see the installation will be completed, then later what it's doing, the models what it's having exactly it's loading. See 1.63 GB will be there. So like that it can try to load the models. So every model it can load. What is the meaning of the safe tensors and as well as configuration.json means, whatever you having the pre-trained model of LLM models or something, it can load along with the layers, along with the database, everything it can load. Then only is possible. If you are giving any question, then how it's giving the answer means because of loading part only. Like that you can see merge dot, vocabulary based, tokenization part, everything. Then you have to click on some particular link. If you are clicking on this particular link, so I want to ask her to share in that particular area. So here I want to copy and paste it, and so here I am just entering my input like this. So this is my input text. I am trying to enter in my input text. Okay, now you have to click on the summarize button. This is input text purpose. Okay, text box we are taking right from the graduate, that one. This is about the summarize button, and this is about to get the output purpose. You are giving summary summary because of this text box, AI generated summary. Can you see that heading? So like this. So this is the process of the text summarization using a prompt engineering. But before that you have to generate some particular Python coding part. Because of that you can do like this. So this is the whole process for today. Having any doubts, now you can give the messages if you need any requirement. Okay, so I'm already having some another model, right? That model I'm just removing. I'm trying with another model, whether it will work or not, we'll see. The model should be accessed properly, then only is possible to check with that. So I have changed my LLM model, then we'll see whether it will be work or not. So that's all for today. Till now, having any doubts, you can keep the message. Please try to give the messages about this particular. So today also I am asking for tomorrow question, same process. Okay. So today also I am asking, what are deep learning models using for prompt engineering? Okay, it's completed, it's showing. Okay, prompt engineering. Okay, so this is the question. Please try to keep it. How to write the code from the prompt means we have to enter your particular question, whatever you need in a prompt based. That's it. That after that you are getting some particular coding part that you are entering in this particular area, then you are doing some modifications. That's it. Okay, just click on the summarize, and based on that it will try to generate the summary. So you can try to change some modifications from the Hugging Face. You can try the similar models, whether it will be workful or not, how it's giving the answer, which one is getting the accurate result, compare with the other models. Like that you can try to do. So it's trying to take too much of time here. So previous model is giving a very easily, right? So what it can do, multiple classification, text classification and generation, everything. Okay, so that's all for today. Having any doubt, you can give the message. Otherwise, at least try to give the question answer for tomorrow. Abhishek, very nice. And tomorrow purpose I have given the question. Please try to follow it. And Manmeet, you given how to write the code of Python from the prompts you have asked, right? Actually, we are having the two options. You just ask the basic coding in any type of the already build prompts. Otherwise, we are having some particular models with the OpenAI. Tomorrow definitely we are starting with the OpenAI. Then there you can see how we are taking the every requirement. Otherwise, you have to ask the question with the prompt. Then later that code you have to enter into a Google Colab. Then you have to add some gradiu part, something like that. Then you will get the output. Yeah, that's all for today. Having any doubts, just try to keep the message in chat box. Okay, so see, it's doing the text classification. That's why you're getting some little bit extra requirement. Okay, so previous model is giving better summarization. Okay, yeah, that's all for today. Thank you. Thanks for attending the class. Hope you'll get the enjoy the session. Please like, share and comment. Do share this information to all people who are trying to know the new content information here. That's all for today. Thank you. Once again, thanks to all people: Monica, Astrid, Narayanamurthy, and Kaushal Kumar, Abhishek, Manmeet, Bharatra Singh sir, and Manavali something, Manjula, Kumar, Kandalvel, Amma, Ammu, Lavanya, Kaushal Kumar, Astrid, all people, to all people, Mumtaz, Swati, Sharon, Mohan Pranav, to all people. Thank you all people. Thanks for joining the class. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you. Bye. Please stay tuned for the next class. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. Just let me know is my voice is clear, then we can start the session. Clear. Thank you, Rogini Palanisamy. Thank you, Yashwanti Rajagopal. And good evening to all. Okay. Good evening, Kirtana. Good evening, Yashwanti Rajagopal. Good evening, Dr. Babita Prem. Good evening, Sundar Sajan. Let me come from the top. Good evening, Professor Bharatraj Singh. Welcome. Okay. Welcome to Pantech, Arpita Bhattacharya. Good evening, Surya Kumari. Good evening, sir. Jay Chandra Kannan. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening, Manjulam. Manchima Setti, ma'am. Manchima Setti. Nitya Duraj. Sir, good evening. Nagendra Kumar. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Okay. Good evening, Shyam Jain, sir. Good evening, sir. Bridge IT. Good evening. Bola Thakur. Good evening. Okay. Let's just wait a few minutes so that everyone join and we can start the session. Okay, let's start the session of day 4, AI driven business. Good evening everyone. Good evening Salikat Panamanda. Good evening Kanishka. Good evening Nisa Pranay Kumar. Good evening Daniel Prem. Good evening Manija J. Chi. China Novich. Good evening everyone. Just let me know if there is any interference in the voice or in the video or anything. Just let me know, or if you have any feedback or to change anything, just let me know anytime. Okay. Good evening, Balajanu. Good evening. Okay. Good evening everyone. Good evening and namaste. Good evening, Ashmin Taj. Okay, so let's start the session. So our day 4 of AI driven business. So today, yesterday we all seen the things about the roles and permission and how to set them, all those things, and applications, all those things. We'll see today. We'll see the data sheet. What we are gonna do is, so let's see how how to create the sheet or how to create the data, so that the data can be useful in multiple fields when we want to use it in the CRM, customer relationship management, to be in a specific way so that it can be used in the CRM also, or the data can be also used in the the automations also. And we are going to create the set of rules so that the data can be processed in a specific manner, so the applications also easily make use of it. Okay, so that's our data sheet. So normally as we see in area, there are normalized sheets. So today what we are going to do is we are going to create a master data sheet, so which will have all those necessity things which will be needed in a business field, and all those particular or main fields which will be basically needed, or most importantly for the growth of our business. That fields we are going to conclude, and what are the things we can add and all those things. Okay, so master data sheet we are going to create today. And so the goal is to build a centralized, flexible and automation ready lead sheet. Okay, so as I said earlier, the sheet we are creating, or the structure of the data we are creating, has to be in a manner so that in every other field or every other application or automation softwares where we will use the same data, it will be easily accessible, okay, or easily usable. Okay. When it comes to the AI tools or applications, there are some contradictions to it, so that we have to perform the or make these sheets in a specific manner so that it can be useful in more fields. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to show here. So in today's goal is to support in that data sheet support multiple job roles. Okay, sales, like that example, sales, marketing, interns, or HR, or any other campaigns related. What are the roles there in a specific business or any other business? We are gonna create the data so that it can expressed in a different rolled manner. Okay, so that's the first thing. And the second thing, which will be allows filtering and segmentation. The data we are going to create will allow filter and segmentation, so that anytime or anywhere we can filter the data and segment it or separate it or process it based on our interest. So that's the second thing we are going to do. And the third thing, can be synced with CRM and dashboard. As I said earlier, the data we are going to use it in the CRMs and automation. So the data has to be in a way so that it can be synced with CRM and dashboard. So there are specific elements that we need to make in a manner so that it can be used the CRMs and dashboards. And the last thing, which will be the automation friendly for Zapier and Make, the two application which we are gonna also see. And we are gonna make that master lead sheet in a way so that the data can be also accessible in the Zapier and Make application and all other applications, so like HubSpot or Airtable, like that. So today we'll make use of an let's see what are all the application and how to make use of it. Okay, so first let's create the master sheet, lead sheet. So why a master lead sheet is essential? So as I said earlier, to the we're gonna use the same sheet for everything. So that's the first thing I shown here. So single source of truth. Okay, so it's gonna be the data which gonna be accessed by anyone and everyone in our get an example that if I am starting a business and running a business, this data, this master sheet is gonna be used by everyone working under me or everyone working in the company. Okay, so it's gonna be used by everyone, so it will be the single source of truth. Okay, so it has to be in a perfect manner, so there will be in the future there has to be no problem. Okay, so that's why this sheet is very important. Okay, so the data is very important in the business field, so this master sheet is gonna be concluded. Okay, so that's the first thing shown here. Everyone uses the same data, so single source of truth, SSOT. And the second role segmentation. So as I said earlier, we are gonna separate those data. So that's what the second thing here. So for the role segmentation also, the data has to be in a specified manner. So filter leads by job role. Okay, so the example we said like a sales department, marketing department, or the HR department, the leads can be or has to be separated or segmented in a way, can be separated, it has to be in a manner that it can be segmented or separated, so it will be used by everyone. Okay, so that's the second thing we are going to do. So it the master data we are going to create will have the property to segment the data by the role capacity. Okay, so if a job role in a if a salesperson need a specific data, it has to provide the specific data. It has to have the ability. So that's customer relationship management application, so it has to be in a manner where every specifics can be individualized or accessed. Okay, so that's the fourth thing, integration hub. So where we can connect the data, our master sheet data, to the CRMs and dashboards and email tools. Okay, sorry. Good evening Vishal, Excel Box. Good evening. So if you are now joining now, so we are going to create a master data. Okay, based on and the data has gonna have some abilities. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. So key columns in a multi-role lead sheet. So what are all the columns? We already seen that, so let's just go through it in a fast manner, and we go to the how to do those things, how to make get the ability, and how to make the master sheet have the ability. So these are the column names, as you seen earlier. In the previous classes we shown how the sheet gonna be. So here I mentioned the column names and the purpose and the example data. I'm just showcase some example data and the special setup. Okay, special setup means the ability. Okay, so these are all the ability we're gonna apply. So the first gonna be the lead ID, which we seen earlier, the unique identity of the the personal or the consumer, and the example data which can be started from L to some digits, or it can be username or anything. The lead ID. Here I've shown an example. Okay, depends on the business, we can have any example. Okay, though the special setup would be auto number formula. Okay, so we're gonna input that it's the number or the your lead ID gonna be in this format. So if it is only in this format, take the data. Okay, so or that you will not accept the data. So like that we are gonna input the process. So and the next thing will be the name. So it's the simple name, name of a person, as an example Priya Sen, and the title case. Okay, so it's gonna be in a fully capital manner like that. So the email, which is gonna be the email address of the consumer or the company, like that. And she and Kani, good evening. So as an example I've given here the example of an mail ID. It can be anything, and it will be helpful for the email validation. Okay, so we can verify it is a real person or not. Okay, like that. And the phone number, which will be the phone number of our contact. So the contact number, and given an example, and it will include a country code if our business is in a multinational, or based on export or import like that. So if it is in that manner, so we'll include the country code. Okay, so these are all the. So as we seen earlier, there's going to be job role which will interest in the target role. Okay, so if personal, when in my case, okay, so I said a clothing business. So if a lead is coming and that lead has to be assigned to the sales intern, so it will assign to the sales intern like that. So target role, so what is the case of the role, and the special setup, so we are going to have it as a drop down list. So there will be options where the data has to be separated, and based on the data, if this leads unique data will be sent to the salesperson, or will be sent to the marketing person, or it will be sent to the managing person. It can be anything. So we'll give the option in the drop down list. So the personnel who is arranging it, or when we automate the task, is can assign based on the role. Okay, so it can assign automatically. So and the department, okay, broad category, sales and marketing, okay, like that. There are as I said earlier, there are different departments, and the source, how the lead got into our product or into our service, or like all those things. So if we come from a social media or a physical manner like that. So as an example, LinkedIn webinar, he can be came from an LinkedIn ads or LinkedIn post, or when conducting an webinar, he got interested and joined our thing. Okay, so all those things. So and the interest area where he is interested, most interested in. Okay, so what the thing he needs. Okay, so that's the specific needs. So CRM setup, okay, example data, CRM setup, we'll have the setup to it, and all those with these 4 things will have the drop down list. Okay, so and the next thing gonna be the status, which is in what is he a new customer, or is he a converted customer, or is he a loose customer. So all those things will be in the status, and we'll give give a drop down list option where there will be these option, new, converted, all those things, and we'll specify colors to them. Okay, so red and green. Okay, red means he's a long lost customer, green means he's a new customer, like that. Whatever we want, we can assign, and assign to. So to which team is if I am assigning to if I am assigning this lead to the sales team, or assigning to the marketing team, what I am doing, like that. So we'll have it as an in this place, and date added. So when this lead has been generated, all those things will be in this manner, and it will be auto timestamp manner. Okay, so when that data is added, in that time will be registered in the data sheet. Okay, and lastly the notes, as we seen earlier, the context info, if they are in need of a specific need, or wants demo or free text. Okay, so like that, anything that they in need of in a specific manner, or extra notes will be added to it. Okay, notes will be in open text, so there is no need to worry about that, but all other data we need to construct in a specific manner. So all other application or all other tools can also make use of it. Okay, good evening, happy evening, Madiji. Okay, doctor. So data structure for multiple role stops. So in what manner or in what structure we are going to have our data. Okay, so depending on the multiple roles. Okay, so when we take a business, there will be comes to 4 to 5 roles in a business management businesses or management roles. But when it comes to big business, there will be more roles, more separated roles there. So we need to separate it and structure the data based on the roles. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. So that's what I'm trying to say here. Instead of mixing unrelated roles in one messy table, okay, so having everything in one concentrated place, we're gonna have everything in a place in a segmented manner. Okay, so it will have all the data in a one place, but it will be segmented. Okay, like a filter. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say here. So use one master sheet with a job role as the main filter. Okay, so depending on the job filter, we can select all the data. So when I click the sales data, there will be only sales data available there, and when I click the marketing data, there will be only marketing data available there. But all the data are in the same place. Okay, so that's the idea. So master sheet, and create filter views. Okay, as I said earlier, sales intern lead views, or marketing analyst views, growth manager views. So like that, there will be filters based on the roles of the jobs. Okay, so multiple job roles. So automation friendly setup. So we're gonna set create the master sheet, so we can use that master sheet in all the other applications like the CRM applications, HubSpot, Zapier, and make all those applications. So we are going to make use of it. We are going to create it in a manner so that we can use it in those applications. So use data validation. So data validation is the option where we can create the formula to select only the particular element we have registered. Okay, so when I use the data validation and given the input as sales role, job roles as sales, marketing, HR, management, or intern, like that, if I separate these options, the data can only select these options. Okay, so there will be no changes, no mistakes, or there will be no errors. So if the data can be changed, or it will be in a manner that it can be changed, the AI or the tools which will we use will get errors or will get problem. Okay, so that's why we are gonna create the data in this manner so that it can be easily accessible, okay, in all those applications. So we're going to use the data validation and color code statuses. So as I said earlier, when the status update, we'll see if you're a new person, it will be red, or yellow contacted, green converted. Okay, like that. Good evening, Pia. So timestamp fields where we'll add when the data is generated and added to the master sheet, like that. And the unique lead IDs will be in a unique format in a data so that it can be perceived in a easy manner. Okay, so let's see. Let me showcase you. Let's take a sheet and here I've created a lead sheet. Here you can see I've created a lead sheet. Okay, this is a normal example where we have all those data. Okay, so as we seen earlier, so there is there is the lead ID, which is going to be the main important source of our data, which will be unique to any personals, and there will be name, and there will be email ID of the personals, and there will be phone number of them, and the job roles. Here I try to do the data separation. So here only I have tried to do the data validation. Okay, so here I have tried to do the data validation. I'll just show you how to do those things. Let me just showcase you. Here you can see I've created. Let me just remove it. So these are all the things I have in my master sheet example table. So in the last, you are also gonna create a table. Okay, so department, source, where they came from, interest area, status, assigned to, region, data, notes, all those things. Okay, so like that, let's start from the job role. So here in the example we have we have some job roles. What are all the roles we have? Sales intern, marketing analyst, growth manager. We'll use all that. Okay, so we'll use all that to create the okay, so let's start. So there are three things, right? So first thing, select the the column where we want to make the change, and in the data select the data validation. Okay, so here the option will be available. Here we are going to add a rule. Okay, so see the processes so that you can understand basically. Okay, select the column, the top of the column. I have put the job role in the column, so I'm going to select the column, and I'm going to select the data. After selecting the E column, you can see the whole column has been selected, and I'm going to take the data. Okay, select the data from the top and select the data validation. Okay, so here only we are going to apply the rule. Okay, as I said earlier, here we are going to apply the rule. So these are all the things which going to be available. Okay, okay, so what are all the things we need? So first will be let's say sales. Okay, the data has to be assigned to the sales personnel. And let's give it some color. And the second one which will be to the manager. And we'll assign unique number or unique, so let's make them, we don't have to. We'll give the unique color status to the statuses. Okay, and is there anything else we need to add? So let's go growth manager, marketing analyst. Let's also input that. Growth manager, marketing analyst. So these are the roles which going to be available. Okay, so when I click the drop down button, these are all the things which will be available, and I can select it. Okay, so this is how the data validation rules going to work. But as you can see here, the job role, the first the name of the thing is also getting affected by it, so we're going to change it. So I'm going to change the number from E1. So this this row's number is E1, so I'm gonna change it to E2 so that it can be start from the second line of the second row. So I'm going to change it to E2. Okay, so you can see it will start from there. Okay, so now it got as a normal thing, and all those things will be added here. So you can see here. So from top to the bottom, how many we can we can assign it there. So we have all those options. We can even edit that, but these are all the only option will be available to the personals who want to enter the data. Okay, so it can only be accessed accepted those values. So when we want to use those data in other CRMs or other applications, we won't be getting any others or all those things. Okay, so that's why we are using these types. So what we have to do is, for job role we assign this, for department we also have to assign these things, and for sources we have to make a data validation where we have to input all those sources of social media from to Instagram, Facebook, or anything, YouTube. So we have to make sure all those data will be added and the selection will be there. Okay, so here you also have to do something importantly, where in the data validation, when you're inputting all those data, you have to in the advanced option, and in the if the the data has to be selected, multiple data have to be selected, we can allow multiple selection. But if we want to if we want them to select a particular element, we don't have to make sure of it. And in the advanced option, you have to make sure that the input has to be reject the input. So if you don't make sure this thing is on, the personals can also input their own individual data. Okay, so that will make the errors and all those problems within it, so we don't need that. So make sure you do that, and for all these datas we have to do that. So why we gonna do these things is, so after doing that, this data is we're gonna automate this data, right? So what will happen is, it will get into the job role option, and it will see what is the data represent that. So if the data is there as salesperson, and we'll automate the task. So if the in the job role of the lead there is salesperson mentioned or salesperson icon is clicked, the data has to be transferred to the salesperson's data sheet. Okay, so this particular data or all those data where the salesperson is mentioned, the data will get transferred to them. Okay, or this particular data can be seen by them. Okay, so that's the ability of this master data sheet. Okay, so after that we'll automate to what will we do is, after this data has been generated, there will also be a notification sent to the particular personnel. Okay, so that's how we are gonna automate this. Okay, so let's say sales manager or marketing analyst, growth manager. Okay, and for all those things too, here in the status bar, so we are gonna color the status bar. Let me just showcase to you. So select the columns name and go to the data validation, and here I have created a rule. So let me just make sure. So let's clear and let's create a new rule. So I'm going to showcase it to you. Go to the data validation, create a rule. So here we're going to set it. Okay, so here I have represented all those things, new status, and status is not needed. New, converted, contacted. As we done earlier, we changed the number to I2 so that it can be start from the second one. Okay, so the new thing what we seen. So what color we can give for the new one, we'll give the red color. So we'll select the red color, and for the yellow will be for contacted and green will be for converted. So yellow will be for contacted, okay, so yellow will be for contacted, and the converted will be in the green color, right? So let's just make the green color as we like. Okay, so this will be the green color. Okay, so this is gonna be the particular element. So this is how you can set the rule. So if you want any new elements, you can just add another element, and as we done already, we have to reject the input from them, and we can also change all those display types to them. Okay, it can also be plain text, and we can select them. So we select it as you can see those things. Okay, so let's make it as arrow. So this is how we have to change all these things. Okay, all the data we have to do it in a particular manner. I've decided to do the job role and the status. The job role has been declined. Let me just see. Okay, done. Totally all those rules will be available in the data validation, so that we can see all the different rules of every column. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So these are all the things we're gonna do. Okay, we'll format this to the data validation and give it the only number rule. Okay, here we'll start it from D2 and we'll say the data has to be in a number format. Okay, has to be in a number format. Okay, so we have to change all those things. From lead ID we'll give it a unique lead ID format using these the formulas, and the name for the names we'll give the just only text. Okay, there can only be text in those formats. So that we can give it can be only contain name, and the format will be only words and only letters, and here the phone will be only numbers, and we can even add the the 91 our local directories, and for the email we'll just let it known be as the IDs can be .com, or many mail IDs can be entered as an input like that. So all those things will create in the data master sheet. And if the data is based on regions, if a business is upgraded and the data is based on assigned to regions, we'll base the data in the region, and in the next format we'll add the job role and region into a single format and convert it into a another column, so that the data can be segmented in a specific manner. Okay, okay, so the next thing is how this integrates into your lead up system. As I said earlier, we are going to integrate this data into an application. So let me showcase you the applications we are going to use. Okay, so we're going to use the Zapier application soon. I already showcased you the Zapier application. We're going to also use those to create an automated workflow and data. Here we'll automate the data table. Okay, we'll insert have the data inside this application too, but when it comes to other applications there are other abilities, so we're going to use those too. And interfaces, we can inside the application we can create the interface if we want application in a mobile format or in a desktop format like that. And chatbot has to be used, and Canva process we can use that to visualize our data in a specific manner. And next let me just showcase you the make application, which also gonna be used. Okay, we're gonna also use the make application. You can easily use the application. This is the software, we can use it to create the automation and all those platforms. Okay, it will automate our tasks from our master sheet to the notification and all those in between tasks like CRMs and the all other things. And we are also gonna use the add table, which will be the creator. Everyone can log in using the Google account. So this is how the application is gonna be, and we can use the interface to input our data and automate the task and create the interfaces. Okay, so this is how we are going to do it. So everything will be inside the, and we'll input the task, so that and every logics will be built inside here. Okay, as we did here, the logic will be built inside here, so that the task will be in a smooth manner, and when a new data is generated, it can be accessed, and from the starting point from a form to the end point where the notification is sent, everything will be in a smooth process way. Okay, so we have to make sure that they will be in an understandable format to the tools. Okay, so that's what we'll do. So that's what I'm trying to show you. So the lead come from the type form. So if you are using the Google form or the type form or any other, we can also use the, as I said, showed now, the Airtable form. We can send anything and the data will be gathered. So next thing, this API adds to the master lead sheet. Okay, so we'll have a specific lead sheet as the master, and every data gathered will be sent to that. Okay, so that's the second thing. And the job role column, where that's the specific we are going to use to separate or segment the data. Okay, so job role column triggers assignment rule. Okay, the assignment rule is nothing but where accessing the job role, the AI tool will do, what will it do is it will assign the lead to particular segments. As I said earlier, it will be go to the sales or the marketing or any other department or any other sector. According to the job role, it will be separated or segmented. Okay, and the assigned person gets Slack, email, WhatsApp notification. Okay, after the data is separated, sent to the master sheet, it will give the notification to the sales personnel or marketing personnel that new data or new lead is generated. Okay, Airtable dashboard filters only their leads. Okay, so when they are or some we all also use the Airtable. So if you use the Airtable, and if you want to specifically see the sales personnel so only data, we can see it specifically using the master lead sheet. Okay, so advanced regional and multi login setup, as I said earlier. So if you are the business field is in multiple nations or region is higher, so we can separate the data based on the region. Okay, using combining the job role and the regional wise, north, east, south, and all these things. So using that, so what we'll do is sales personnel north data, sales personnel south data, salesperson east data, salesperson west data, like that we'll separate the data based on combining the job roles on the regions. Okay, so if you have multiple regions or branches, that's what I'm trying to show you. So add a column north, south, east, west. I've already shown you in the example. I've added a regional column. So there will be region based filter views. So example master sheet which we are going to create, try to create a type of master sheet which has all the necessary columns or all the necessary data for our business, which is mainly the lead ID and the name, email, phone, and to the notes. Okay, so try to do it. Okay, so take a note of it. So these are all the things which we need. Okay, so first basically try to create this thing simple in the Google Sheet, and then create the data validation. Okay, so when it comes to a lead ID, do the unique thing. Okay, so I've already shown you in the live. So there is unique ID for it. I've shown you the code. Let me just show you again. Use this code to display it in the Google Sheet. So you can see the magic where it will be uniquely displayed. The lead ID will only be uniquely displayed. Okay, so try to do it. So next thing will be the name. Name will be in a format simple, the text or the format where the data inputted will only be in letters or words. Okay, try to do that data validation. And for the email, okay, just try to input it normally. And numbers, when it comes to the numbers, just say the data the user input will be only in number format. Okay, so like that. And for job role, you have to do the drop down data validation, and same as the department, we have to do the drop down validation. Okay, and for the source, you have to add all those source in Instagram, Facebook, or any other media of marketed source. We have to add it there based on our business, and have a particular drop down there, and interest area in what area the lead is interested, and all those things, and status of the lead. Okay, so have it in a colored format, the status of the lead, and assign to, that's the person's name, the working person's name, and based on the region. So if it get upgraded to the next level, I will add the region plus job role into a single column, and have it as an individual data to segment all those data in a easy manner. Data added will be added naturally, and you can also use these codes which I shown here. Try to use this in the Google Sheets top bottom space where you can enter this formula to you, so that you can see the magic. Okay, try to do it in a manner so that every data added will get the time, exact time or exact date the data has been added. Okay, so it will automatically be generated. Okay, so this is a a demo data. Try to create it, and next thing what we'll do is we'll automate the data. So we'll input the data from a form so that it can be automatically get inputted in our master sheet. Okay, so we'll do that. So in the notes, as we seen earlier, it will be the notes of a personals. So that's the assignment for you. Okay, try to create a lead sheet. Okay, so try to create a lead sheet with some leads. Okay, create a filtered view. Okay, per role. Okay, create a filtered view so that when we assign, when we select the sales personnel, the sales personnel data will be showcased. Okay, so the things we seen today will be the built a structured yeah, you can also export data from other source. It can also be done. And how to enter data in Airtable. Okay, Airtable is also simple. We'll see it. We are going to use the Airtable to create the automation. So when we'll see it, we'll do how to enter the data or export the data from other source to the Airtable. We'll all see it later. And okay, so we've seen how to get a structured master lead data and a segment by job role and region, how to separate them and make use of it. So make it automation ready for Zapier and Airtable. So if we create data in this manner where we can select only particular elements of the data, we can make use of it. Okay, so we can make use of it in the automation process also. So it can be maintained clean, and the validation of the data will be also be in a easier manner. Okay, so these are all the things we seen today. So next thing, is there any doubts? So next thing, tomorrow we'll see the lead syncing strategies. Okay, application protocol interfaces and how to integrate the Google Sheets with it. Okay, as I said earlier, we'll integrate the Google Sheet, Google Form, Google Sheet to applications, and CRM integrations, how to integrate connect it, all those things. Okay, and what are the strategies based on it. And day after tomorrow we'll do we'll do a project on for the 2 days, how to create these automation process. Okay, so those are the things we are going to do. So what about today? Is there any doubts? Just let me know. How to enter data in Zapier. Just let me showcase it to you here. So this is the Zapier's page where you can create your own automations. Okay, and for data you can create your own. Here you can see the option of create tables. So here it will give you the access for the table where you can input all your data. Okay, so that's where. Okay, so here you can say import data. If you have data in any other format like Excel, CSV, any other, you can export it directly. It will direct you to the directory of yours, or you can create a blank table and give it a name and description and create table. It will create a blank table so that you can enter your data automatically. Okay, so let me just give you as another one. Okay, thank you, Professor. Thank you. Here you can see the data has been created, the table has been created. You can use this, you can use this to create in a way, whatever if you want a long table, you can use that. Whatever thing you need, you can create it. Okay, So this is how you can create a enter the data in the Zapier. Thank you, Dr. Pravita bhai. If you have any doubts, just let me know, or else you can leave. Thank you everyone.